You know, if you're a CEO, one of the most neglected parts of your role is as Chief Emotion Officer, or if you like, Chief Storyteller. It's no secret that great CEOs like Brian Chesky, Elon Musk and Donna Carpenter are also great storytellers. So here's 3 stories you need to tell well.
So, Dave, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
And the first of those stories is, who are you? You need to engage people to follow you through the biggest issues and changes in the organization, so they need to know who you are. And the really fascinating thing I find, the CEOs that I coach most know that stories are really important to tell, but they're really lousy at it and they love putting it off until everything else is done, which is usually never. So when you think about the story of who you are, this is going to get amplified by the people around you and it's going to get retold. So you need a great combination of personal stories and business stories. What have you learned? What do you know? Why do you know it? What happened? And translate that into a story well told.
Who are you?
A lot of CEOs I work with think, oh, Peter, I can't tell personal stories because, number one, I don't like to disclose myself, and secondly, I don't want to be the hero of my own stories to my folks. Now, let me just cover those 2 things in turn. It's best if you are human and authentic and people can connect with you. Nobody wants a robot leading them. They want to know that you do have some humanity and, if you like, some vulnerability. The second thing is, you haven't got to be the hero in terms of being the Superman of your stories. You can have other people, other leaders, other mentors, other people in your life that are the heroes. The heroes could be an idea or an innovation. So you can think about telling the story, and if you tell the story of who you are with your whole heart, you'll find you will get a lot more traction and a lot more influence in your organization.
This is who we are.
Who are we is the second story the CEO or Chief Emotion Officer needs to tell well. This is the story of culture, but not culture in terms of great paradigms and change management programs, but just very basic facts about who we are and why we're here. What do we stand for? What do we not stand for?
We make a great team.
This Who Are We story or series of stories really is the narrative that binds people together and helps them make those extra efforts that make all the difference in the organization, both internally and externally with customers. Make it aspirational, make it optimistic, and make it a place where I really want to be and really want to make a difference.
That's who we really are.
Now, the third story you need to tell as CEO or Chief Emotion Officer is, who are they? Who are we here to serve? Now, this could be customers, it could be internal stakeholders, it could be donors, it could be investors, whoever they are, whatever the people or group of people are that we are here to serve. You as CEO need to have a very fine lens on articulating who they are and the story of how we deliver value and service to them.
Who are these people?
They are your loyal customers, sir.
Now, the best people to tell the who are they story is the customers or stakeholders or donors themselves. Now, not the old school testimonials where the customer gets up and says how wonderful you guys are and how happy they are they chose you as a supplier, but more it's not so much about you, this story, it's more about them. It's about what they've achieved in their organization and you being a key contributor in making that happen. When their story is authentic and genuine, it makes it resonate a lot more with other customers and resonates a lot more internally, because after all, that's what we're here to do, to give our customers outcomes.
But this is what we do, who we are.
So as CEO or Chief Emotion Officer, that's the 3 stories that are useful to tell. A story of who you are, a story of who we are as an organization, and a story of who they are in terms of customers, stakeholders, or donors. Remember, you are the CEO, and the key part of that role is being Chief emotion officer.